a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Very nice anti-air guard. They read their opponent like a book. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Was that a good decision? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Strings it all together. All right. Player one is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Takes a trip. Player two can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they get good heads-up decision, opting for the drive impact. Oish! That slight doubt is all it took. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Medium kick hits. Brushes that off and keeps going. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Early round is there's an overdrive shorty. Springs forward with the drive rush. A quick breather. Both of them are ready for a close. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Both fighters planning something? Drive rush to keep it going. KO! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like their waiting is going on the offensive. Player one needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Player one, well, they were right to be on guard there. 100 hands! Super art to show off what a PhD in fighters can do for you! Hold up, it's the final bout! Pack it up, this match might be over! Both sides getting ready, knew the throw was coming! Crowns him from above, throws him! Amazing! Are we gonna see this unleashes some big damage? Medium kick into cross-up attack. This is gonna hurt. Oh, sends him a personalized telegram with that frightening critical. Can they muster up the nerves to fight back and take this round? It is over. Player one was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Rushes that off and keeps going. 100-hand slap. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. Blocks the jump in. The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. From up above, brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Denies the low heavy. In a dire situation, they can't, burnout activates. Both sides are gonna have to fight without drive. Going on the offensive? KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Butt smash! They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? Going in, player one will look to apply pressure here. Hits them with a stop and block. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Drive rush to keep it going. Blocks the impact. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Player one is not in a good in there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Anything off the smash? Gut punch shreds him. Medium kick into. Cross that off. Slaps him. Player one, absolutely relentless. A jump in? Sets up with the jump in. Ooh, what a smart flow. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Totsugeki to the face. Great job in escaping that corner pressure, and nothing stops this train. Can they use the risky play, but it pays off. Rushes in. A real test of genius read with that throw escape. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. The jump in is denied. What are they gonna do? Keeps him out. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. They are done. Player one was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? The combo's there. Player two chases them down. Goes for the command grab. Burnout is triggered, capitalizes on every mistake, and picks up the perfect KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player one really suffered there in the corner for a while. How can they avoid being put there this round? This is going on the offensive? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Big throws. Going in. Charges forward. Blocks the impact. Both fighters are trying not to hit them with a stop and block. 100-hand slap. What'll happen here? Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Going on the offensive? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Nothing stops this train. Taps them on the toe. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player two is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. The super quick impact squash. Clutch anti-air. Player one has the super gauge advantage. Some throws them. Amazing. Turns out. Player one is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Quick medium poke. Connects with the throw. What's next? Yo, critical art now? There's a burnout. That combo finishes it. Player two was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Nowhere to run.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Puts one in the pocket. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Goes for the surprise rush in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. What are they thinking here? Tons of drive and health to work with. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Timely side switch there, which will let them go on the attack. All right, what's coming up next? Sticks the KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Butt smash. Baseball hits him with a stopping bomb. Heats it up with a combo into super. Responds with the ultimate killer head ram. Player 2, Oicho. Side switch in the corner. Steals back a chance. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until they're blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Forcing them to block the drive impact near the corner is a very smart play on their part. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Throws that off. A real more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not.
That felt good, didn't it?
Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Come crashing. There's a drive impact. Who's going to steal this win? Player 1 closed out the last round with a super. They spent that cash, but will it come back to bite them? Pumps the brakes on the impact. This is gonna hurt. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Connects with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Lays down a side hustle. Dangerous, runs that off. Player 2 is on the brink of disaster. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Noticeable life lead is a comeback scoop impact squash. Player 2, what a finish. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Get into the ring.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Knew they'd go for it. That's a good read. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Blocks the jump in. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Projectile to try and change the situation. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with Fireball. They're being absolutely relentless with this Fireball pressure in the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Fight.
Anything off the smash? They've piled up the null. Now, how are they going to use it? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Throws out the fireball to check them. They both have full drive gauges to work with. Right kick for a mix, hits him with a stop and bomb. Good instinct, uses the gauge for a super art. Ultimate killer head ram. Time to reassess the situation. Out of range, relatively safe. Player one holding on to that. They're going for the super art. Grabs it, it's too much. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. So, Witero brushes that off and keeps going. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Very solid corner switch. Nails the anti-air. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Oh, what a move. Ooh, will they hit? Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round two. Fight.
Anything off the smash? Sees it coming and blocks it out.
How's this?
Right kick for a mix-up. Oh, they were looking for that. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. This is the range. Charges forward. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Oicho! Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Knockdown and... Crushes that off and keeps going. Player two will need to play it conservative. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Hold your breath. Oh, they're in the corner now. Drive impact misses. Flame anticipated that throw. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Step into the round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? That was a solid anti-air. Wow. Shut down. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Very solid corner switch. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Back throw for the side switch. The jump in is denied. Player two is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Misses the drive impact. Player one has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life. Will this super art connect? Show of force. Player one might have just shifted this round into high gear. This is a prime opportunity to end things, but they decide to play it safe? To come from the brink like that? What a comeback! Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Butt smash! How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player two did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Air slasher! Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. This is gonna be bad news. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Hits it all on the full meter. You know what that means? It's time for the weekend. Going in, hits them with a stop and block. Confirm on the impact. Not a counter, but they'll take it. Burnout activates. Grabs and throws them away. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Barely blocked. This is gonna hurt. Risky up-close scrap still going. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Player 1 has the suit. Nothing stops this train. 100 hands. Throws them away. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Which way you gonna block? Up into the air off of just cool. Knockdown and drive impact misses. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Oh, here we go. 100 hands. Fires off an air slasher. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Knew the throw was coming. There's a drive impact. Slaps him. Player, there's a burnout. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? No! Critical art now? The final bout is about to start. You don't step in the ring with Honda and expect to walk away. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. They gotta dig down deep. Oh my, the throw tech. A jump? What are they gonna do? Forward rush. Answers with the fire. Are you kidding me? Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Wow, Stan waited for this opening. Scores a big punish counter with that opening drive impact shot. Takes the chance to hurt him. What's going to follow the combo? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Very solid corner switch. Gets out of the corner. The jump in is denied. Reads their mind and texts a throw. Reads the throw and shuts it down. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 chases them down. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Gets the jump in. Takes a trip. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. The jump in is denied. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. 100 hand slap. Full SA meters on deck, springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. They're trading attacks. Goes for the jump in. Up into the air off the just cool. They return to center stage. Knockdown and whiffs. They're wide open. Time to reassess the situation. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Jumps. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Goes for the level 1 super. Going in. Fights back with authority. Life lead is there. Goes to the air. Throws them. The next touch may decide this round. A jump in? This, oh my God, they just choked it up. Flatlines them. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach, denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Both fighters' drive gauges are empty. Let's see how this affects the neutral game. Nails the anti-air. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Where is their opening? KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Butt smash! Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Vic brings forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Responds with the ultimate killer head ram. Can they keep on him? Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. How will they utilize this? Big change with the stun, but they gotta set the table properly here. Oito throw. You can't let him close in like that. Player 2 will need to use their meat drive rush to keep it going. Breaks it! Alright, you need guts to pull that off. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Starts crashing down. Brawl reads the counterattack. Underhand slap. Player 1 with the lead. Will they close them? Oh, betting it all on the drive rush. Looking absolutely relentless. Medium kick. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Drives it back, misses. Rushes in. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Burns out. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? A jump? Crowns him from above. Closes it out. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Rips the slasher out. Blocks the impact. Grabs him. Closes the gap for the grab. Player 2 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Throws him down. All right. Player 2 is just about out of drive options. The drive gauge is completely empty. Big trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 1, the big play does it. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Hits them with a stopping block. Up into the air off the just cool. Jumps in. Oito throw. You can't let him close in like that. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. So there's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Charges forward. Right lead. Punish counter sets the table. Player 1 can't afford the cashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. That was the highest if I've ever seen. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Opts for the throw. Steps in for the throw. Whoa, hold on. The move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. A drive impact. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Gets a crucial back throw. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. The big play does it. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Butt smash. They've piled up, delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Good old slaps. Player one will look to apply pressure here. It's a good spot to use the super. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The counter is blocked. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player one has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? An aggressive attack. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? The jump in is denied. Down to the wire. Pay attention. Combo with the target combo. All right, what's coming up next? Picture perfect punish counter. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? They saw a path and they took it. Player one hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Brushes that off and keeps going. Quick dash in. Player two chases them down. Side switch in the corner. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Yo, put that away. What'll happen if they're going for the super art? Goes for the level one super. Player two has an empty drive gear. This is a very precarious situation. How will they utilize this? Oh, it shows. Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the... Gotta do better than that. Absolutely relentless. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Were they baiting them into that? This is a critical moment. What's next? Player one will look to apply pressure. Closes it out. Player one was an absolute beast in that match.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Get into the ring! I'll take on all of you! Round 1. Fight!
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Goes for the command grab. Player 2 is the life lead. He's got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. They break things off to take a quick breather. A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. They are battling it out tooth and nail here, with no one having a clear advantage yet. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Did this super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super. That slight doubt is all it took. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Misses the drive impact. Going on the offensive? Jumps in. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 2 will want to take advantage of charges forward. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge. Hits them with a stop and block. Punching hand slap. What'll happen here? Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Heavy punch sends a super art. That's not gonna hit. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Good old slap. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Oh, yo! Rock super hit! Excellent read. Player 1 gets educated with the counter. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Nothing stops this train. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Looking to plant them with a pile driver. Player 2, the low. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. That's gonna leave them rattled. Shoots their shot. Puts the fear of God in them. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps. Heavy punch sends him flying. Big counter. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Well, they manage to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Trips them up. They break things off to take a quick breather. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Not shy with the grab. That drive impact is blocked. Takes a trip. In a dire situation, they can't afford any KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Anything off the smash? Everything up in Oicho. Player 2 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Heavy punch sends him flying. Goes for it all, but just misses. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Gotta be careful. They're going for the super art ultimate killer head wrap. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? 100 hands. Reads the jump in perfectly. Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. What's next? The overhead denied. No! Oh, they got him! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for him.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Get into the round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some meter. Was that a good decision? Lots of aggression from both sides. Player one is just about out of drive after that. What are they thinking here? Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Get right in there. Very solid corner switch. All right, goes for the super art, goes for the level 1 super. Builds the KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Anything off the smash? Who's going to start things off? In with the rolling attack. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Charges forward. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. They are really going at each other this round. Nice counter. Going in. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Goes hunting and bags a catch. KO. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Ooh, what's this? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Uh-oh. Falls short. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Consistent anti-air is huge because shutting down the air game will let you dictate the pace of the match much easier. Decides to buff up while they can. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Will they be able to manage what little drive gauge they have? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Burnout activates. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Saihasho to start something? Closing moments of the match. Show up for KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Right off the bat, there's no hesitation. They start the offensive by charging forward. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. 100-hand slap. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. In there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Comes an overhead attack. Final round. Oh, what's this? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Spends it all on the super! Not shy one bit about it! Opts to send the police! Shrugs that off! Player 1 is in burnout state. Draw super about to start. You don't step in the ring with Honda and expect to walk away. Oh, here we go. Knocked him out of the air. Pokes with a kick. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Solid anti-air. Impact squashed. Player one, excellent block. This kick hits that with confidence. Slaps him. Ugh, take a seat. Players and whip. They're wide open. Risky medium kick. Player two was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Get into the ring. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Starts with a jump. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whip an attack and then strike without hesitation.
It's not over.
Player one is just about out of drive after that. Had the radar up and running. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Misses the drive impact. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Does a good job of pushing back. Experiencing burnout. Heading into response with the ultimate killer head ram. A nice chunky comp. Burnout activates. Even KO. Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Long low attack hits. Who's going on the offensive? Holds out with a block. Player one had a hard time managing their drive gauge last round, and I'm sure they're aware that they need to start adapting. Throws them to negate the block. Hits them with a stop and bop. Their spacing is so off, delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Barely blocks the jump in. Both fighters, they were right to be on guard there. 100-hand slap. Knockdown and jumps. Blocks the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Blocks the low heavy and manages to block the jump in attack. Going on the offensive. Jumps, drops them from the air. Knew the throw was coming. Jumps up. This can lead to some big damage. A quick breather. Player two has the chance. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Player two can oicho. It's too much. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. The low. It's time for both. This is gonna hurt. Ooh, what a smart throw. Risky, a perfect parry. How will they follow up? Perfect read with the drive parry. Player one has the super. This can lead to some big damage. Nothing stops this train. Slaps him. Super art to show up what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Look at the Dan connects with the throw. This is the time to believe in your abilities. What are they gonna do? Zoom up, sees the overhead coming. Burns out. A wheel sets up with the jump in. Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Player two can't use any drive. This is gonna hurt. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the win here? Big Mama Jamma! Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Hit them with a stop and pop. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. With the throw. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Holds out with a block. Reads their mind and techs the throw. That tech's what you get when both sides go in on the throw. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. The throw misses. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. All right, what's coming up next? A gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. But brushes that off and keeps going. Decides to heats it up with a combo into super. Responds with the ultimate killer head ram. Player 1 chases them down. Side switch in the corner. Gets out of the corner. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Genius read. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Out of range. Relatively safe. They both have full drive gauges to work with. Hit them with a stop and vibe. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. The impact doesn't do anything. Side switch in the corner. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player super art. Player 1 will have to drop some hard. Here comes the corner pressure. Goes to the air. A backdoor for damage and vital positioning. Player 1 can't. Ooh, does them dirty. Oh, they switch sides. Jumps. Put the fear of God in them. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh, they were hit them with a stop and pop. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Down to the wire.
My turn!
Deftly shuts out the jumper. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. In a dire situation, they can't afford to get some. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Throws out a projectile. Nails the anti-air. Player 1 had a hard time managing their drive gauge last round, and I'm sure they're aware that they need to start adapting. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 2 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Good distance for a shot. Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Flies in with a headbutt. Jumps in. Drive rush to keep it going. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1, ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Anything no prisoners.
Good match!
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Step into the ring! I'll take on all of you! Round 1. Fight!
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Stands firm and blocks the drive-in. That was a solid anti-air. The move whips and they get nailed with a punch counter. That should teach them you can't just throw out moves. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Who's gonna make a move? Charges in with authority. That attack landed for a counter hit. Down to the wire. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Goes for the super art? They're barely hanging in there. Can they hold out any longer? KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Double lariat, and now player 2 can build off this lead. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 will look oicho. Both fighters planning something. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. That's not gonna hit. Good old slaps. What'll happen here? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Big time whip! Experiencing burnout. Ultimate killer head wrap. Carries them all the way to the corner and drops them hard. Both sides, low heavy. Exposes it out. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Not shy with the grab. Player 1 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The super armor does its job. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Trying to figure out who will make the first move here. Throws them. What's next? Good work staying in throw range there. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or baby chop down to the wire? Picture perfect punish counter. Heading into the end game now. It's getting 10 KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Sumo headbutt. Gets them with the anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Good old slaps. Uses the gauge for a super art. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? What? That was enough to kill? Yo, that read was godlike. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the knocked him out of the air. Jumps up. Barely blocks the jump, looking to plant him with a pile driver. Player 2 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. That's gonna leave them rattled. What now? They can't make any mistakes here if they want any chance of... Oh my god, they just chunked it up! Oh, they got him! Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Show me round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? That was a solid anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Knockdown. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Oh! Cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to beat it up with a combo into super. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Going in. Reads the command grab. Hits them with a stop and fight. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Counting on the super to do the job. A quick breather. KO! Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Reads them. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Goes for the super arc? Oops, they were anticipating that super arc. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. The jump in is denied. All right, what's coming up next? KO. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going? Looking to plan them with a pile driver. Player 1 can build off this lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Target locked and scoop. Knockdown and grabs them with the embrace. Quick breather. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Jumps up, just goes for it at this range. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move. No escaping that. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Fools them and locks them in his race. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Player 1 makes it look easy. Perfect gauge management. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Out of range. Relatively safe. Player 2, pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. What's next? Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Drops him hard. Nothing stops this train. Through pile driver. There's no escape. Yes, sir. More damage. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? There's a burnout. Reach out and hug him. A real test of nerves here. They can't get hit here. The low's blocked. Player, they are done. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
A new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Goes for the low kick. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. The throw connects for counter-hit damage. All right, player 2 with the life lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Oh! Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Target locked and scoop. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Who will capitalize on an open, experiencing burnout? Looking to wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gutsy play with the grab. Still scrapping for control of the space. Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stopping blow. Player 1 in dire straits. They're going for the super art? Just goes for it at this range. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
Your retreat is dummy.
Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Here we go. Player 1 needs target lock and scoop. Pops off the tank and scores the win. Player 2 proved to be the victor in that mirror match. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Reads them. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. So he takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Not shy with the grab. Takes a trip. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. A little too greedy there. Oh, talk about overextending. That drive impact doesn't get through. Forcefully closes the gap. Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going. Looking to plant him with a pile driver. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. The throw missed. How will they utilize this? Target lock and scoop. What'll happen here? Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Was hungry for the grab. Knockdown and low heavy. Player 1, huge chance after that wall splash. Player 1, big time win. Oh, they got him. Player 2 survived that tense mirror match.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking their opponent. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. No go for the throw. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Will this decision pay off for them? Oh, with the throw. The low heavy hits. The jump in is denied. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. All right, what's coming up next? Saw him coming and goes for the Boris anti. No escaping that. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Taking them for a ride on the Siberian Express. Blocks the impact. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with the chance, bears the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters just goes for it at this range. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Life lead is there, but still anyone's KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Brushes that off and keeps going. Running up a beatdown. Looking to impress with this super.
Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the weekend! Time to bump out!
Player 2 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Turns out. Player 2 is and whips. They're wide open. This can lead to some big damage. Low heavy. Now crowns them from above. Both sides. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Flatline zone. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Comes a new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Oh, whiffs the grab. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Will this decision pay off for them? Anything could happen here. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Not shy with the grab. That slight doubt is all it took. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. A little too greedy there. Nice double lariat. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Looking to plant him with a pile driver. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Doing some quick planning? Jumps in. Target locked and scoop. Oh, got too eager. Was hung? Screw pile driver. There's no escape. Gone critical. What's gonna happen? Time to shatter some life bars and dreams. Hope you like gardening, because you're about to be branded.
Wrestling is unstoppable.
This is a critical moment. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Oh, critical art now? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
No remorse.
You need guts to pull that off.
Большой победа!
Final round. Fight!
Who will come out on top in this fight? Big time win! Target locked and scoop. Player one managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. What are they gonna do? Player two has gotta work some magic with this limited drive. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. No! This will break them! What'll both players do without us overhead? But it won't work! What now? Player two needs pumps, nothing but air! Through pile driver! There's no escape! A real test, you need guts to pull that off! Player two showed they are truly the best of the best!